Look up at the night sky today, and you might see something our ancestors never did: a string of bright, moving dots gliding silently through the stars. They're not meteors or satellites in isolation. They're part of a constellation, not of stars, but of machines. This is Starlink, SpaceX's vast network of satellites designed to blanket the planet with high-speed internet. Thousands already orbit Earth, with tens of thousands more planned. Together, they form one of the most ambitious engineering projects in human history. But Starlink may be just the beginning, a visible tip of something much larger, deeper, and more transformative. Beyond the promise of global connectivity lies a quieter revolution, one that could reshape communication, navigation, data, and even power on a planetary scale. This is the story of SpaceX's unseen global network, the web of technology forming above our heads, one satellite at a time. When Elon Musk founded SpaceX in 2002, the goal wasn't to build internet satellites. It was to make humanity multiplanetary. To reach Mars, you need rockets that can fly again and again. To build colonies, you need funding, massive, reliable, and sustainable. And to manage both, you need infrastructure, a way to connect, communicate, and control assets across the planet and beyond. Starlink wasn't just born from the need for better internet. It was born from the need for a communications backbone for the future of space exploration. Each launch of Starlink satellites is more than a business operation. It's a test, a step toward a planetary-scale digital nervous system, one that could someday link Earth, the Moon, Mars, and everything in between. Right now, over 6,000 Starlink satellites orbit the Earth in carefully designed shells, synchronized, interlinked, and constantly moving. Each one is a small, autonomous spacecraft, solar-powered, AI-guided, and connected by laser links that let them communicate directly with one another, not just with the ground. This creates something new, a space-based mesh network, where data hops from satellite to satellite at nearly the speed of light, unbound by geography, infrastructure, or politics. In remote villages, war zones, oceans, and disaster areas, Starlink already delivers internet where no cables or towers can reach. But to SpaceX engineers, this is only phase one, the proof of concept for something far more ambitious. Because when you build a network that touches every corner of the Earth, it becomes more than communication. It becomes control. What most people see when they think of Starlink is just the user end, a dish on a roof, a signal from the sky. But behind that simple connection lies a hidden infrastructure, a digital ecosystem orbiting above us. Starlink satellites aren't just relays for internet. They carry advanced sensors, navigation tools, and crosslinks that could one day form the foundation of a global positioning and surveillance system, one independent of traditional GPS networks. Every beam of data that passes through Starlink is encrypted, monitored, and optimized by AI systems that learn and adapt in real time. In essence, SpaceX is building a private internet in space, one that operates outside traditional terrestrial systems, under its own control, beyond the reach of national borders. This invisible web, spanning the planet, could become the digital backbone not only for civilian communication, but for future defense, transportation, and interplanetary operations. In recent years, Starlink has found itself at the center of global conflict and strategy. Its network has powered communications in Ukraine, kept humanitarian missions online, and provided critical links in regions cut off by war or disaster. Governments around the world have taken notice. To militaries, a network like Starlink isn't just useful, It's essential. A constellation that can move data anywhere on Earth instantly offers strategic advantages once reserved for the world's largest powers. For the U.S. Space Force, Starlink represents a glimpse of what they call the hybrid space architecture, a fusion of private and public assets forming a single, resilient web of communication and observation. In this future, wars won't be fought over territory alone, but over control of orbital bandwidth, frequencies, and access to the invisible highways of information circling the Earth. And Starlink, with its scale and autonomy, sits right at the heart of it. To understand the true reach of Starlink, we have to look beyond technology to economics. SpaceX's satellite network is designed not only to connect people, but to fund Mars. Every monthly subscription, every connection in a remote village, every terminal shipped across the world helps finance the company's larger vision: interplanetary colonization. In essence, Starlink is a revenue engine, a business model that turns communication into propulsion. It pays for rockets, research, and the development of Starship, the massive, fully reusable spacecraft that will carry cargo and humans to other worlds. Starlink is the foundation of a self-sustaining ecosystem, one where orbital infrastructure fuels exploration beyond orbit. It's the world's first interplanetary business model. If Starlink connects Earth today, what comes next is the solar system. SpaceX's engineers have already discussed expanding the network to the Moon and Mars. Starlink could serve as the communication bridge between planets, a system that links astronauts, rovers, and colonies across millions of kilometers. Imagine Mars with its own mini constellation of satellites orbiting in sync, linked back to Earth through laser relays across deep space. Data could move not just through Earth's orbit, but between worlds. A true interplanetary internet, built not by nations, but by a private company. It's the digital infrastructure for a multi-planet civilization, the invisible nervous system of a future we're only beginning to imagine. But this revolution in orbit comes with a price. Astronomers have raised concerns about light pollution as Starlink's satellites scatter sunlight and obscure the night sky. For the first time in history, humanity is changing the starscape itself, the natural darkness that once inspired our myths and guided explorers for millennia. There's also the issue of space debris. With thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit, collisions could create cascading fields of fragments, a chain reaction known as the Kessler syndrome, threatening not just Starlink, but every spacecraft in orbit. SpaceX has taken measures: satellites that can deorbit and burn up, autonomous collision avoidance systems. But the sheer scale of the project raises an unavoidable truth. We are filling the sky with technology faster than we can regulate it. It's a new kind of frontier, one not of exploration, but of balance, between progress and preservation. In less than a decade, Starlink has transformed from an idea into a global infrastructure. It reaches mountaintops, deserts, ships, airplanes, connecting the disconnected and empowering millions. But in doing so, it has also created something unprecedented: a planetary grid of autonomous spacecraft, each one a node in an ever-evolving network. A digital organism, growing, adapting, learning. Some see it as the dawn of universal access to knowledge. Others see the rise of a corporate-controlled layer of the sky, a privatized exosphere wrapping the planet in data. Either way, Starlink is no longer just a company. It's a system, one that blurs the line between communication and control, freedom and dependence, Earth and space. Beyond Starlink's bright trails in the night sky lies a deeper truth. We are witnessing the birth of a new kind of infrastructure, one that connects every human, every machine, and every corner of our planet. It's not just satellites. It's the foundation of a civilization learning to reach beyond itself, to think globally, to build collectively, to look up and imagine more. From rural villages to lunar bases, from storm-tossed seas to Martian plains, this invisible network could one day link all of humanity under one sky. And as the constellations above us grow brighter, the question isn't just what they'll bring to Earth, but how far they'll carry us beyond it.